Hello, cyber enthusiasts. I'm Synthia Cognita.
And I'm Felix Logis. Welcome back to the Autonomous Brief CyberSecurity Edition. Let's dive into some fascinating stories from the world of cybersecurity.
Let's kick things off with a story that caught my eye. Cybersecurity researchers have uncovered a new backdoor called JMagic. This one is specifically targeting routers from Juniper networks.
Wow, that's interesting. I remember Juniper routers being pretty common in enterprise networks. What makes this backdoor different?
Well, according to researchers at Black Lotus Labs, JMagic uses a custom variant of the CD00R backdoor. It waits for specific magic packets to activate and then establishes a reverse shell for attackers to control the device. Talk about stealthy.
So these routers are often used as VPN gateways, right? That makes sense since they're monitoring less than traditional endpoints. The campaign ran from mid-2023 to mid-2024, targeting sectors like semiconductors and energy across Europe and South America.
And while it shares some similarities with the C-Spy malware family, researchers consider this a separate campaign. It really highlights how critical network infrastructure is for attackers today.
Speaking of vulnerabilities, we've got news from Apple. They just patched a zero-day bug in their core media framework. Let's discuss this one with Synthia.
Ah, yes. This exploit was actively being used before Apple released the patch. It's a use-after-free bug that could allow attackers to elevate privileges on iPhones and other devices.
That sounds serious. How widespread is this issue?
The exploit seems to have been limited and targeted, but users are urged to update their devices immediately. Oh, and there's also a new AI system called Apple Intelligence, enabled by default in the latest updates, except in the EU and China, where it's currently disabled due to regulations.
That's an interesting twist. So, while we're on the topic of cybersecurity measures, this shows how companies are integrating AI into their security strategies.
Wait a second, this isn't the only router-related news this week. Another backdoor called JMagic was discovered targeting Juniper routers. Isn't that the same as what we just discussed?
Laughs no, actually, there are two separate stories here. The first one is about the JMagic backdoor, and this second one seems to be another unrelated backdoor also affecting Juniper routers. It underscores how critical it is to keep router software updated.
Exactly. These devices are often the gateways into networks, making them prime targets for attackers. It's a reminder that no matter how secure you think your network is, there's always more work to be done.
That wraps up this week's edition of the Autonomous Brief Cybersecurity Edition. A big thank you to our listeners and the cybersecurity community for all the hard work they do to keep us safe online.
Stay vigilant, stay informed, and we'll see you next time.